What do you do?
I worked for the International Center for Migration Policy Development as the ICMPD, as a national project officer on a project that we're implementing in West Africa called the Free Movement of Persons and Mobility in West Africa. I've also worked as the protection officer at the National Commission for Refugees, Migrants, and Internally Displaced Persons. That's a government agency in Nigeria.
What drove you into this field?
I was employed at a time where the country was trying to elaborate its national migration policy. So I was involved in the process of elaborating the policy, and of course, again, given the kind of job we do, it's more of a vocation than just a career. Because of course I have seen, the problem. I have also conducted a lot of research on migration-related issues. So when I get to hear the narratives that come out from, the other side, it gives me great cause of concern. So I feel this burden, to be part of those who try to change the narrative using the appropriate data that are available through research.
What is your greatest source of energy?
When I see the change that comes from some of the interventions that I have been involved in, when I'm able to do something or act in a way that connects to the reality of the people that that we target, in our program. When I see that little change, it gives me the inspiration, the motivation to want to do more, because I see that it's really possible. So that possibility that comes from, or what we see, the change that we see, it gives me that motivation to want to scale it up. So I think that's where my strength comes from.
What is the best advice you've received?
My parents told me, if you want to go to school, go to school. And you don't just go to school because people are going to school. You need to go to school to learn and be enlightened. So when I got into the university, it was not about coming out with a first-class degree. It was about trying to understand the mindset and try to create with my own mind. So for me, the advice about being educated, was the best advice I've ever had. Because, of course, coming from where I come from, I have experienced deprivation, experienced lack. But because I am educated and with the right values, I have never felt insignificant. I've never felt diminished. I've never felt invaluable, because I understand that I am human as everybody else. So that advice to get an education has been the best advice that I've ever received.
If it's not the same, what is the best advice you can give?
I'll say the same thing. I think everybody needs to be enlightened. The reason is because the kind of prejudice and stereotypes, that are attached to a particular set of people, maybe because of their race, because of their sexual orientation, because of their religious or political belief, or because of their social background, are things that come from and uninformed mindset, you know. And I think if people are enlightened enough, you know, education has a way of refining the mind such that you begin to see your own limitations, you know. You begin to see how ordinary you are, you know. You begin to see how equal you truly are with the other person, that you are in no way significantly different from the other person, no matter his social condition, his race, his sexual orientation, his religious beliefs. So that's the kind of advice I will also give for people to be enlightened, for people to have access to information.
What would you like to achieve in this lifetime?
I want to be part of a group, you know, that do act in a way that bring positive change to our community, to our local community. That's just all I want to say. Beyond being an individual, but I want to be part of that group that creates that social change, that makes everybody happy, that makes everybody free to be wherever they want to be.
What brings us together?
I think it's our humanity. That's why I can talk to you. That's why I trust you. Meeting you for the first time to talk to you and telling you what I tell you, like I'm talking to myself. But whether I'm here or not, even if I wasn't here, if I were somewhere else, talking to you, relating with you, I think I would feel the same sense of trust and security. Because I see humanity in you.
What makes us human?
What makes us human is our sense of reasoning, our common sense.
What is the most courageous decision you've made?
You know, after my degree program, I got a job in the bank, so I was working as a banker. And I had told myself that at some certain age, I should have acquired certain number of degrees, education, and all that. I left the job, and I went back to school. It was a difficult decision to make, but I did it anyway.
What is your strongest conviction?
Yeah, I have many convictions. I mean, I'm a very positive person. Yeah, I believe that anything anybody says to do, if you want to do it, don't just talk about it, do it. And if you attempt to do it, you will do it right.
What does home mean to you?
Home, they gave me life. And they are the reason I want to continue to live. At least live for as long as I want to live. I mean, I could live and be the best that I can. It's for home.
What role does spirituality play in your life?
Spirituality is there, yes, one of my greatest convictions. Yeah, I believe absolutely, without any doubts, that there is something else out there that's greater than humanity. You know? That by every means is inexplicable. I have no words to explain even my understanding of spirituality, but I know it's there. And I submit to it.
Who are you?
I'm part of humanity. I mean, if everybody was like me, it would be a boring word. Somebody said that. You know, I'm part of humanity. I'm just one among the 6-7 billion people that lives on Earth. I'm like everybody else. I'm a man. I want to be happy, and I want everybody to be happy. I don't think there's anything that distinguishes me from anybody else. I'm just like everybody else. I see everybody. I see a part of everybody in me. I mean, I was born, I would die. I didn't choose to be human. I didn't choose to be born. I was born. That's who I am. Part of everybody else.